Hey Preston, this is an interesting one. I just pulled the picture up here to look at the picture. What you've got here, you've got the force of buoyancy, which is causing to float, and the force of gravity, which gives it weight, which is acting down. And what you said in your text here was about correct, that the force of buoyancy had to counteract the weight acting down, or else it would sink. And the force of the water, this is the resistance of the water, and the forward force of the wind. Uh, just the water is kind of like, I'm going to say, resisting the motion, and the wind is what's potentially driving it. Let's talk about this just for a second with this other picture here. Now, what you said here was correct about I lost my little pointer. There it is. Sorry. What you said is correct here. The buoyancy and the gravity have to balance out, or it'll sink. There we go. Over here on the sail, let me ask you a question about this, a little bit different thing. What if I had the boat on the water but anchored, so it couldn't move, but the sails were all up like this? Would that change the amount of force on the sail? Not necessarily, because the wind would be the same. Let's assume it is for a second anyway. So we get the force of the wind here, but we get a resistive force here. That does not change the action-reaction pair on this. That simply changes the reaction, that changes the response of the boat to the wind. Just as this over here on the buoyancy, it's interesting. This over here on the buoyancy picture, buoyancy side of things, if the boat is too heavy and overcomes the buoyancy, then the boat will sink. Over here, if the boat is not tied up, not anchored, then the force of the wind will overcome the water's resistance, and it'll go. What does not change here is the action-reaction pair here. This is the action reaction. So this is just reaction at this point. How the boat and the sail and the water all respond to that are a little bit different things. I hope this wasn't too confusing and my losing of my cursor didn't cause you trouble. If it did, just give me a text or an email.